You're watching Marsha on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm Marsha Littlejohn, and I am here with Chief Currey of the city of Vero Beach. Boy, it is great to see you, and I bet you have been a very, very busy person.
I have been, and it's good to see you, Marsha.
Do you know there's so much going on in our community, and certainly up and down. If you're watching us in Timbuktu or wherever, of course on the internet, you know that we are Vero Beach, Indian River County, right here in the state of Florida, and as I always love to say, in the good old USA. But it just seems to me that it has been such a busy, busy time. We had a busy summer, and yet I know in driving down and going across the causeway, I see all of you guys out there working hard. How's it going for you?
It's going well. It's been a busy summer, I think, and we may have said it before, here in Vero and even in Florida, you don't notice the seasons like you may other places.
And not by the trees, but you do by the cars.
Right,
yeah.
and it's, people are living and moving here and you know, maybe more than they used to. And you don't notice the traffic decrease as much. It does some, but of course now that school's back in session as well. So
oh, absolutely.
One thing is after another.
You know, we used to say that we have more people here in the summer than we had in the winter about 20 years ago, because that's the way it's going, and that really kind of explains it.
Exactly.
But school is back, the kids are back in school. That means it's something very, very important for all of us to be aware of. Those school buses, we need to know, you know, the traffic and what those timings are. But I know that you're in the middle of one particular project right now, because every time I get in my car, I know that that buzzer goes off if I don't put that seatbelt on. Very important, isn't it?
It is, very much so, and we're in the middle of the drive sober or get pulled over, and that's a nationwide effort that started on the 21st of August, and it leads through Labor Day, September 7th.
So drive sober or get pulled over. But how do you know if they're sober or not?
Well, if they're sober, we hope they're driving in the lane appropriately and obeying all the traffic laws and what have you. The ones that aren't, generally we find them by you know, in and out of their lane,
something they've really
speeding, running traffic lights, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, Labor Day coming up too, and any of the holidays, you have statistics that are just kind of alarming as well, because people do have a tendency to have so much fun and have parties and say, oh, I'm fine, I can get in there. And it's that little, what are some of those statistics that you've discovered?
Every 52 minutes, someone's killed in a traffic-related accident that has alcohol involved.
Yeah.
Every 52 minutes.
And it's not just alcohol. I know that we don't want to go into the discussion about legalizing marijuana, but it seems to me that, and that's not true in Florida yet, is it?
It's not.
Not. But where you may be traveling in other states, and that definitely is just like having too much to drink.
Yeah, impaired is drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
So, but alcohol related every 52 minutes.
Golly,
so it's even more so if you add drugs.
We're going to take a break in just a minute, because what I want to find out is a lot of people, many people will think, okay, and they've been to a party or they've had fun at maybe the local saloon, so to speak, and they think, oh, I'm just going to drive home. I want to talk about those statistics too. How close, because I know they used to say that with seatbelts, that the accidents happened, the majority of the accidents happened within 25 miles of home, when somebody thinks, oh, I'm just going to go here or I'm just going to go there. So we'll be back with my very distinguished guest once again. He is our police chief of the city of Vero Beach, David Currey, and so we're going to talk about all those safety things that keep us safe and secure in the city of Vero Beach. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Marsha.
Hi, I'm Penny Chandler.
I'm Freddie Wolford.
I am Barbara Hoffman.
And I'm Gregory Simpson.
I'm here with Police Chief David Currey.
You're in good company on VeroBuzzTV.com, Vero Beach's local TV station on the internet.
I just love it.
Tell a friend.
We love y'all!
Well, thanks for staying with us. We're back with my very distinguished guest, as I always say, none other than Chief David Currey of the city of Vero Beach. And Chief Currey, we were talking during the break, and of course we were also mentioning the fact that really when you look at the sheriff's department, you look at the police chief, and you look at, of course, with the city police, you all get together so beautifully, but I think more specifically, you get so involved with our community. There's a community relationship between all of our law enforcement. Is that true?
Absolutely. You know, I've been here just a little over 25 years, going on my 26th year, and even as a patrolman, my philosophy was to work well with others and get along, and that's how you get things done. And I always said if I ever had an opportunity to lead this agency, one of the main things would be to make sure people know the face of Vero Beach, the police department, myself, to be out there, to do things like we're doing now, to work well with the other agencies, again, because that's how you get things done in a positive way.
Absolutely. And I guess really when we took that break, we were talking about the fact that you are president of the Treasure Coast
Chiefs and Sheriffs Association.
Chiefs and Sheriffs Association. So that right there shows you work together so tremendously. We
do. We meet every other month, and we meet at St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, and it's the Chiefs and Sheriffs on the Treasure Coast, Indian River, St. Lucie, Okeechobee, and Martin County. And I'm very involved with the Florida Police Chiefs Association out of Tallahassee, and we meet as a group as well. And I can say that of all the associations throughout Florida, the police associations, we're the only association that involves our sheriff's departments as well.
Oh, great. You know, I think just sitting here and listening to this and then realizing that all over the country, law enforcement has gotten a really bad rap. We see it happening all over the country, and we see the news media picking it up. And what is this doing, and how do you, as a police chief, how do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I'm an optimist. I always have been, and I always will be. And as I think the leadership obviously starts at the top.
Yeah.
So with our agency, it's always that positive attitude for me that I hope and think trickles down to all the employees, and being upbeat and you know, rewarding them with their efforts, if you will. So I think we're in pretty good shape here in Vero Beach and Indian River County, but we have to be cognizant of everything that's going around us.
Do we have enough patrolmen? Do we have enough officers? Do we have enough law enforcement to cover the influx of people that come and go right through Indian River County and Vero Beach?
I think we're doing well. We're actually, hopefully as of October 1, getting 3 more officers added to our ranks. So we hadn't been able to do that in many years. So we're looking forward to that.
How are we doing on the bridge?
Both bridges are doing well.
That's great.
I think of you almost every time I go to the 17th Street Bridge.
Absolutely. Well, of course, there is so much that goes on here, and I love the fact that, as you mentioned, so community involved. And our own Jeff Vogel was saying that one of the things that we're all so proud of here at Buzz TV is that there is that cooperation between our law enforcement and our community. But I guess really what we want to do, and because we're going to wrap this up and then come back and really talk about driving sober or get pulled over, because that is vitally important. So we're going to take that break and then come back with my guest, none other than the police chief of the city of Vero Beach, David Currey. So don't go away. We will be right back in 60 seconds.
Watch Chamber Buzz at 6 and 10 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Well, we are back indeed after those 60 seconds, and we are here with our police chief of the city of Vero Beach. We've been talking, if you're just tuning in, really about how our officers and our sheriff and, of course, our police chiefs all work together in this wonderful Indian River County and the city of Vero Beach. But I guess this is a nationwide situation that we're talking about. Drive sober or get pulled over. Is that nationwide?
It's nationwide, and I can tell you in 2013, during the Labor Day weekend, there were, I believe, 424 traffic fatalities, and 48%, almost half of those, were alcohol related. So it's something that we really need to cut back.
Oh, absolutely. Do we have enough, I guess it's those trucks that will say we'll drive you home or something. You know, I think ABC Liquor has them, or these different people will take you home and you don't have to worry about it. So that, and don't be afraid. It's okay to ask for help. Get somebody to drive you home.
It is. A friend, a family member, probably even ask the establishment you may be at if someone use the phone.
Sure.
There's the cab services, what have you, the club cars, and some of the tow truck companies even offer rides. And we were actually just talking about it, maybe a little pilot program for the holidays where, maybe we'll offer rides to people. We don't want to cut into anyone's business.
No,
but we, again, we're just trying to think of ways we can serve our community and keep them safe.
But the only thing is it's not going to be one of those things where you see somebody driving like this and you simply pull them over and let them take them home. This is drive sober or you will be pulled over.
This is somebody that would call us, or we'd advertise, and they would call us or confront us and say, hey, I need a ride, or this person needs a ride.
Oh, absolutely. And I think you're right. With the holiday and, of course, with Labor Day coming up, and that's when people just love to have fun. And I guess Vero Beach is kind of a fun thing, but also with kids that are in school now, of course, coming out, and we see them. What about bicycles? Are we doing okay with the bicycles and the sides that they ride on and the lanes that they ride in?
I think over the last several years, the Vero Beach and Indian River County has been cognizant of bike safety and bike lanes. We've had a few incidents, unfortunately, that have been tragic. So, we're trying to be as safe as we can. And speaking of bicycles, we're going to be out in the fall with our new bicycles.
Oh, how wonderful!
Community with bicycles.
How terrific! And I'll never forget it. After I fell off my bike, remember when you all came over and brought me a helmet? And ride with your helmet, be safe, and about that. But there is something that we have to understand: the rules of bicyclists.
Right.
Because when you're driving down A1A and you want to pull in, and the bicycle path is here, the bicyclist has the right-of-way.
Right, and bicycles have to essentially follow the same laws as the vehicle.
But I mean, if the bicycle is coming, he doesn't have to stop for you to pull into that store.
Right.
He could be going right there, so be aware of that. There are a lot of those things that to be aware of as well. So we have statistics that I hope we have scared you enough that you know that you want to drive sober and just have a designated driver with you if you have a good
Absolutely, and part of those numbers as well, Marcia, is that the children that have died in those crashes, almost half of those weren't wearing seatbelts either. So seatbelts is very much a key component. Can you be pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt? Thank goodness in the state of Florida you can be pulled over for a primary stop now. It used to be a secondary stop.
Yeah, oh boy. Well, Chief David Currey, thanks so very much for bringing us up to date. And everybody remember, have a wonderful time. Go out there and have a party, but drive sober or stay home and call, who is it?
Call a friend, call a family member, call club service, call a taxi cab.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can even help out.
Absolutely. Well, it's wonderful. And of course, as we say, the community effort that our law enforcement does right here in Indian River County in the city of Vero Beach, absolutely dynamite. Thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And you're watching Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn.
This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn, and you know there are so many fabulous organizations and places in our community here, but I love it when we talk about the source, because over the years when you see the help that they are offering, and now today we're going to be talking with the Executive Director, Robin Diaz. It's wonderful to see you.
Thank you for having me.
And I don't think I've met you before.
No, we haven't.
So you've been with the source for how long?
For a year.
All right. Must just do your heart warm, right?
Yes, it does.
Oh
yes,
boy, I bet. Well, along with you, of course, Tony Zorbaugh. And of course, Tony, you are Director of Development, and that means it takes dollars and dimes to get that source and keep the source going.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, Tony.
Thank you. Nice to see you as well.
You know, when we were taking that break, of course, you were talking about some of the statistics, and we're going to talk about those in just a moment. But I think it's important for all of our viewers to understand, what is the mission? What is the purpose of the source? Because I know I go right next to it, you know, right next to the radio station is right next to the source consignment shop, if I'm not mistaken. And so let's talk about the real purpose of the source.
Well, basically, the purpose is to help people who are in crisis in our community. They walk through our doors, and we do an intake on them to understand what their needs are. And a lot of times, they'll say their need is one thing, but it's actually a whole lot more. And that's what we do. We try to stabilize them and get to the bottom line of what they're really needing. So it could be anything from doing their laundry, showers. They need a place to get mail. They can use our telephone system, computer to do resumes. There are just so many things that they can do at the source.
Where are you located?
At 1015 Commerce Avenue.
Okay, 1015 Commerce Avenue. Because so many people see the thrift shop and the consignment shop, and they think, oh, that's the source. And of course, we're going to talk about that as well, too. But what the mission is you're helping so many homeless and families and individuals that over the years, that it just must be, as we mentioned, heartwarming for you. Tony, when you were talking about some of the statistics,
Sure.
that always hits home.
Yeah, we just found out through the Treasure Coast Homeless Service Council that they did a point-in-time contact, and they actually go out and physically document how many heads are actually homeless in this community, and just in Indian River County. And there's over 1,000, I believe it's like 1,085
How do they
individuals.
find them, though?
They physically go out and come to our facility. They go to the Homeless Family Center. They go to the Source, to Camp Haven. They go out into the woods.
I was going to say, there are so many out in the woods that you just don't understand.
It's truly unbelievable. It's amazing. And there's a lot of great service providers that are out there that provide a lot of great services. However, there's not too much that gives housing. And there's only enough housing for 140 of those individuals.
Oh my golly.
So that's 14% of the population that's out in the community. So where else can they go to get services? And that's what the Source provides.
Oh, terrific. Well, we're going to take a little break and then come back and really get into the nitty-gritty of it and talk about, because volunteers, there's so many people out there that have time on their hands. You need volunteers. And we'll also talk, of course, about the thrift store. Every day I go through my closet and I think, oh, I'm going to take this over to the thrift shop, but I never get around to it, so I'm going to have to do that. We're going to be back in just 60 seconds, so don't go away. We're here with Robin Diaz. She is the Executive Director of The Source, and Tony Zorbaugh, and he is the Director of Development. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach. Freddie Wilfrick and Gregory Simpson invite you to Spotlight, Indian River, weeknights at 6:30 and 10:30.
And as promised, we are right back, and we're here with Robin Diaz, and she is, as I mentioned, the Executive Director, and of course Tony Zorbaugh, who is Director of Development. Are you finding, Tony, that the community is giving, or how, I mean, it must be difficult to go out there and ask for money and various things.
It is. I mean, this is a very blessed community. If I had to do development anywhere in the country, I'd want to do it here, because there's so many people that come from backgrounds that it's a generational thing, that they were taught and raised to give and to give back. It's a different generation than the younger generation of today.
Yes.
So this community is truly an amazing community and a giving community.
Oh, and you know, it breaks your heart though when you give those numbers of the number of homeless people that are around. And do you ever find out why they're homeless? I mean, is that something you just sort of stay away from, or do we have statistics?
No, there's a lot. There's mental illness. There's drug addiction, there's alcoholism, there's a population of people that are coming from out of the state in search of a better life. They're in search of the fountain of youth and think that Florida is the place where it's the end-all be-all, where I can come down here and have a tremendous better life. But then there's a three-part issue where in Indian River County, economic development is really at a standstill, and then you have the amount of homeless population, and then you have the issue of affordable housing. So you have three issues that are going on for individuals, and that's what's happening in this community.
Have we seen an increase? Is that what's been happening? I know you keep statistics, but have we seen an increase in the homeless families?
I can't give you the homeless families. I can just give you individuals, individual numbers, and that has increased by 200 individuals from last year.
Wow. And you wonder where the hope is. But of course, what we're going to do is when we take this break, come back and just very briefly talk about with hurricane season. You know, what do these people do?
Yeah.
And what you need and how you can help. What about volunteers? Can they?
We need volunteers for the thrift store, for the main office, working with the guests, our homeless guests, and also we have the working poor come through our doors. And then those numbers are increasing steadily.
The
because
working
of the
poor,
economy.
they're making an effort. It's not just a handout.
Right.
You see people that really need this. And do you work with any other organization as well? I mean,
yeah, we try to partner with everybody. We try to partner with if there's a family that comes through, and we know the Homeless Family Center has an opening, we'll refer them there. There's some medical facilities that we partner with as well to try to get them the medical care that they need. Career Source, we're trying to partner with them. Veterans councils to try to get veterans the needs that they need. Everybody that we can, we're trying to partner with.
Do you know, I think because we have just so recently seen so many horrendous things happening, and then you go back a little bit and you realize there was a mental health, there was a behavior problem. And many of us are ignoring that when we see it happening with someone on the street, but that is where it's all coming from. So we're going to take that break, come back, and then let you know how you can help the Source. Because 20 years you've been in existence?
Yes.
Boy, if you've not been in that Source consignment shop, the thrift store, right there on 16th Street, right?
Right on 16th,
some great things in there.
Good,
wow,
glad you like it.
Absolutely. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away. Marsha.
Hi, I'm Penny Chandler.
I'm Freddie Wolford.
I am Barbara Hoffman.
And I'm Gregory Simpson.
I'm here with Police Chief David Currey.
You're in good company on VeroBuzzTV.com, Vero Beach's local TV station on the internet.
I just love it.
Tell a friend.
We love y'all!
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare Supplement Team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. We can also help you find the right Medicare supplement policy from the best insurance companies around. So if you or someone you know is about to turn 65 years or older, call Nation's Helpline today. Don't spend more than you have to on Medicare supplement insurance. Call Nation's Helpline today and find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. Even if you already have Medicare, this is a program for you. The call and quote is free, and there are no obligations. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804. That is 800-632-2804.
Well, welcome back. Our final segment here on this discussion about the Source. And we're here with the Executive Director and, of course, the Development Director, Tony and Robin. Really so much going on, but you need volunteers. We mentioned that as we were going out, but I noticed here as well that you have a drop-in center.
Yeah, that's what we actually do.
All right.
That's where me and Robin and the staff actually work at.
That's the one on Commerce?
Yes. We serve 3 meals a day, 6 days a week, because we're closed on Wednesdays.
Who cooks?
On Wednesdays. We have our own cook. We have our own facility cook. And we serve, like I said, 3 meals a day. Families can, or individuals can come and get boxed food from the food pantry. They can get showers. They can do their laundry.
Oh boy.
They can get the spiritual guidance that they need as well.
That's what I wanted to say. This is faith-based, and it is so important because that, of course, gets you through these tremendous sad times.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we need to not forget the churches who come in and cook meals in the evening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We are
yes.
so grateful for them,
Absolutely.
and it's such a blessing. We have a few who come in and say, tonight's menu is, and they talk about what they've prepared, and the clients just love it.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah, and we have to give a plug to Community Church because Community Church, with their fabulous meal that they present on, I believe it's Tuesdays, we have a huge influx of people that come for Community Church night.
I can imagine, probably just like the influx after Bob Baggett or Casey Baggett or Joel Reef or any of those wonderful preachers do their thing. Everybody wants to go over and have the cookies. So there's something about Community Church and their food as well. So great. So they give that, and churches do work and support with you so much.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
Very quickly, though, you've got over 1,000 homeless individuals in our community. What do you need more than anything?
We need, well, like we said, it's hurricane season coming up. We need bottled water. We need Gatorade. We provide hygiene kits for our families.
Do they come to the center there? Do they stay? I mean, what about, where do they stay during the hurricane?
That's the only thing that we don't provide.
Yeah.
There's other resource shelters that are out there. I think the high schools open up. I think the American Red Cross has some places.
But they have to get that information. They have to find out where this is, because I know even if we were talking with Janet Winikoff just a moment ago and talking about people with their dogs and where they go. They have to register ahead of time.
Yes, we'll be handing out a list.
Oh, good.
Today where they can go. For shelter.
And today, of course, we don't know when you're going to be watching this, but I think Erica may have come and gone, because we're going to keep our fingers crossed, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I don't know what the season has been. We've been really lucky, but that hot summer that we've had, they say that really kind of tells you something. So make sure that you know what you're doing and understand the source. So in this last minute, once, as you've said, you need volunteers more than anything.
Yes, we need volunteers. We need food for the food pantry, because individuals, bottled water, Gatorade, things that, we talk about the heat and stay hydrated, but if you're homeless and you're out in a tent and you're...
What about bicycles? Do they need bicycles?
Always need bicycles.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And when we talk about families, are we talking about babies, children?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
So scary. Well, as you mentioned, our community is really working hard to make this help these individuals, and the source very, very important. So if you have any time to volunteer, check it out. Do you have a website?
Yes, www.iamthesource.org.
iamthesource.org. Faith-based, remember that. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
You are watching Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare Supplement Team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. We can also help you find the right Medicare supplement policy from the best insurance companies around. So if you or someone you know is about to turn 65 years or older, call Nation's Helpline today. Don't spend more than you have to on Medicare supplement insurance. Call Nation's Helpline today and find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love, even if you already have Medicare. This is a program for you. The call and quote is free, and there are no obligations. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804. That is 800-632-2804.